Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Innkeeper today, playing some Mini Metro. Fantastic. Fantastic. Great. Good start. Good start, I feel. Let's go. Right away. I don't feel I've got to do anything. The reason I didn't sound right there was because there's no sound in the game, so it just feels a little bit weird. Last episode, we did Hong Kong. We failed. 4 times? 5 times? It was a lot. We should be trying these other ones. However, I don't want to do that, okay? I want to go back to one of the others and see if I can beat a score from a previous level. So what we want to do... Merv, how dare you? Don't start making these noises now. He was quiet before this, I might add. It's probably my voice. Let's do New York, okay? Let's see if we can improve upon ourselves. See, right away, we're... Okay, no. Now we're doing fairly well, I like to think. I've not recorded in a little while, mostly because of the Christmas period. So I'm gonna be a little bit rusty. Merv, how dare you? I'm gonna go nuts, okay? If he keeps doing this stuff. Also, it's very dark in this room, and it's very hard to see what's going on. I should put my light on. That'd probably be a good idea. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna go all the way over here, put my light on. There we go. Everything is now brighter. More luminant. It is quite luminant. I like it. I'm going to put this guy right here. We're going to lock this bar at the top because I like to keep it locked because I like to see how many locomotives that we have in our, at our disposal. At the moment, Red already dealing with quite a lot of stuff. Now, I like to make the trains, 2 different trains on each channel. I don't want... Let's see, we've got 2 triangles, a square, the circle down there. So we could go along here for green so that you can pick up some from the circle. Locomotive, we'll have ourselves an extra line because we're probably going to need one. Unfortunately, we didn't get to choose a tunnel, which is a little bit frustrating. Do we want to go and have the triangle there instead? I'm not too sure. I feel like they've changed the shapes a little bit as well. Well, I mean, the border seems a little bit smaller than I recall. I'm not too sure if I'm maybe looking a bit too much into it. That's for everyone else to decide. See, now we have a bridge right here, which is not going to end well for us. So what we have to do is this. Yeah, we go. That seems to work. And we're going to have green just go through this entire area. This isn't good right now. Green's going to have to go... It's going to take a little while for green to really start to stabilize. Again, not only that, but this has now happened. So we've got to pause. We've got to get rid of red right now and try and reroute this system. So we're going to have to go here before we can go there. There we go. That seems to work. We've got a center right now, this circle here. I'd rather it be the square because we just have the one. There's another circle. Who do you want to give that to? They're both going to end up going to the triangle anyway, but I feel like green would... Nah, because then green has to go through that circle, that circle, that circle. So we'll do that instead. Then again, red goes down to this triangle. Once again, it's the square right here. There seems to be the fate keeper, as it were, which isn't very good. Now, we do have another locomotive, which we will be using. Did we not attach ourselves to that? Oh, it is. Okay, no, I guess he didn't... Whoa, that's a new shape. I've not seen that before. It's like some sort of balloon, I suppose. We're going to have... we haven't been given any tunnels, which is very difficult. We'll get the extra line, and we could start something down here. Now, unfortunately, this new shape is quite far away, and it looks like we're only going to need green to go up to it. And green has to go through quite a lot right now. And as you can see on this side, we have 2 stations that are already filling up because of how vast green's station line is. So I think what we need to do is we need an extra line. Possibly a carriage? No. We need an extra line. Well, actually, I guess we didn't need the extra line. I probably could have got a carriage. Oh, well. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these 2. Oh, I want green to go over there. Will we want that? I'm not too sure. We'll have to go up here anyway. And we're going to have this circle approach down here. Now, I'm not too sure if that's too long. There's a possibility it might be. We could get rid of some of the stress from that circle there for green. And we should have a purple down there now, so that's pretty good. We have a very special line going on. Green is going to need to come up here and actually deal with these circles because they're filling up fairly quickly. And unfortunately, they don't pick them up while going to because we're not fully it's not connecting properly. So right now, no one's been picked up from here, which means we're going to have to move green up here again. Oh, we do have that other station, but I believe we're probably going to need 2 of them anyway. Oh, well, it looks like the other one didn't pick anything up. So I didn't realize that was the case. But oh well. And we have a square. Okay, that's fantastic. Unfortunately, it's very close to what we already have. But what we can do is we can just have... Oh, we have to do this anyway. We could have them go to the circle here. And then maybe get rid of red from going over there. Like this. I like the idea of that. Get rid of a bit of tension. We seem to have this weird center right now. Red's going to only be able to drop off this shape here. We do have an extra tunnel, so we can have green pop off over there as well. But I don't really want to do that, because green's line is long enough as it is. The problem we have right now is these 2 stations, because they are far away. I mean, essentially they're quite far away when you see, like, they're very close to each other from, like, straight ahead. But they have to go through quite the line before they can actually get picked, before anyone can actually pick anything up. And also they have to be going towards, well, the locomotives have to be going towards the stations that will eventually go to this triangle, square, and that lot to even pick people up. So we're going to start having problems with this guy soon enough, and this guy down here as well, which will probably, well, it will require another line, which we can actually do. That's not a bad idea. What we can do is we can get rid of some of the tension that we have for green. We can have another blue line that goes down to a triangle and a square right there. But I think that's good enough. We just need to actually have someone in there now, which I think we can take someone out of green, because I think green doesn't have anywhere near as much of a requirement for people now. So we can take quite a lot of people out of blue. Well, out of these 2 stations. A triangle spawn, which is pretty good. That means this was a good idea. We might need another locomotive, though. I'm not too sure. Well, we're going to get a new one anyway, but, well, we always need another locomotive. That's the thing. So we should never excuse it. We should have a new one. Merv right now is grooming himself. I just thought I'd update you. That's pretty... I mean, it's fine. It's pretty good. Green's line, I feel like, is long enough now. Purple doesn't have to deal with too much, even though it's quite long. Once again, with the lack of bridges, I feel like it's meant to... I feel like... Are there only 4 bridges connected? I guess that might be the thing. We'll get a carriage, because we kind of need one for red. Actually, red's been doing pretty well, mostly because it's connected to everything. I'm thinking blue, because this is still quite the long track, and it looks like blue's going to have to pick up quite a lot of these guys. Let's drop them off. That's not good. We might want to have blue go down to... Oh, we can't. Oh, that's not good. I'm trying to think about this new shape, the eye, as it were. Because we have a lot of the eyes down here, but it means that blue has to transfer them to this square right here, or this triangle, whichever is connected to the green channel railway. And then green needs to grab them, capture them, grab them, and then transfer them to this station here, the circle, because it's the only one that green and purple are actually connected to. And then purple needs to grab them and go all the way down here. It's quite a process, and you're going to get a lot of congestion because of that. So we might want to... We can connect blue right here, which would get rid of a lot of tension. But I'm thinking if we... Can we connect that? You can connect that up. The only reason I don't want to do that is because... well, it's pointless, really. Like, the only point is so that we don't have to go through another transfer with green. That's the only real answer that I can think of right there. What we can do, though, is have another bridge connected to that triangle and then connected to that square. That might work out if we make this a carriage line. And then I'm not too sure where to put the extra locomotive, but I'm thinking this should work out since it's a continuous line. Now, there are bad sides. Well, there are good and bad sides to having a continuous line. The bad side is that anything that they go past, they're going to pick up. That's one of the big problems. Unfortunately, red seems to be transferring from there now anyway. I mean, they did it, but I guess maybe that's what red should be for then. Maybe it's just a transfer. Well, that's already connected there. So triangle, triangle, square, square. I mean, triangle, triangle, circle, circle. Yeah, my shapes. I'm not very good at shapes. I was actually I was pretty good at shapes, so I'm not too sure what I'm really talking about. Yeah, we have a diamond right now, which is interesting. We do have orange right now, which we can use, But how do we want to use orange? Do we want them to connect to this circle here, this triangle, and then go down here? It's pretty simple. And I don't want them to really connect to blue at all, because blue is going to have to deal with enough right now. So I'm thinking, if we just go down here, that's probably going to work out fine, really. And it's already got a locomotive attached to it. It's got one of every shape as well, so it's not going to congest. I think that works out. Will red need to do anything anytime soon? At the moment, all I'm seeing is just red helping with transfers. Because everything else, apart from these a few outsiding connectors, like these a few stations right here, there's another special shape right here for orange, which is really good. Like I was saying, it seems like red only has sort of 4 stations. Oh, another bridge. That's fantastic. We'll need another 2 of those. Only has 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 stations that are exclusive to the red line. The red line. I feel like that's some sort of post-communism thing. So, I'm not too sure. That would be pretty fantastic, though. Not really. It would be pretty horrific. Well, not really horrific, but yeah. Maybe, I don't want to go into it. Fuck it. We're done. Get out of here. We want orange to go up to this square, which I think is really good for us. I'm even thinking right now that actually going down to this square for orange is now pointless. Just go down to this circle. It does get rid of a little bit of tension with this square, but I don't want them to drop too many people off there. But they seem to be doing it primarily with this circle and this triangle here. So I think the transfers are going fairly well. It looks like purple might be having a few troubles now. Maybe we have another locomotive here. It looks like green's going to have to make an extra journey, which I don't think is too bad. We might want to get rid of this triangle for green. I think that's a good idea. And I think right now purple is really going to need something there. Just for the time being. Obviously, we can move these around, which is a pretty good idea. And we should probably utilize that mechanic more often. And it's probably required. Let's see, do we want a line or a carriage? Now, we don't have an extra line. I think it's very important that if anything spawns around here, we just make a separate line and we keep the one locomotive for that. Or we could move the purple line around so it doesn't have to go all the way down here. Maybe connect it to green and then sort this area out exclusively. I'm not too sure. But right now, what we have... what I'm looking at is the only problem we have is that orange line is a little bit too long now for just one locomotive. Blue line is all right for the carriage, but it's probably going to start getting a little bit hectic. And the distance between these 2 stations on purple is a bit much. See, now, we might want to utilize this next station. Already right here, something that's a station that's connected to red and orange is overcrowding. And that's in the center, so it should get picked up fairly often here. And I think that's because orange has to travel too far. So what I should do is probably back orange up 1 more. Maybe I could go off from this circle here. No, I need to transfer them so that purple picks those guys up. So we want to make less effort for blue. So let's go away from that triangle. Let's go to this oh, no. Do we want to go to the special shape? I'm not too sure if I want to, because that might be a little bit awkward when it comes to all the transfers. We might start getting a little bit more convoluted there, and I don't think we really want that. So we could just have sort of a neat little yellow line right here. We're gonna want to connect it to a square. That's the thing. We only got 2 squares. We've got 1 square here. So what we could do is, I mean, I was thinking this, but I just don't. I don't think that's gonna really make much of a difference. I mean, we'll get a few more of these special shapes, I suppose, and connect it to the yellow line separately. It doesn't have to connect to everything else. But the bigger problem right now is that no, because the eyes can get transferred, but we just have 1 locomotive, which means we're going to have to make yellow a carriage. We're going to see where this goes. I'm thinking to myself that the carriage is going to be the next upgrade, and we're going to give it to yellow, because they have to go through quite a lot. By the looks of it, because there's sort of a circle, triangle, circle, circle, and then there's no squares all the way up until the end. We'll give that to yellow, I think. We can give it to yellow and green, but I don't think that's necessary. It's Sunday now. We should hopefully get a carriage. Yes, a carriage. Fantastic. We could have got the extra line there, but I don't think right now we need it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the carriage to yellow. Hopefully, we won't... Oh, wow, there's a pentagon right there. We need to... Do we give that to red or green? That's the big picture right now. That's what I'm thinking. I think giving it to red's a pretty good idea, but then... At the same time, a lot of lines are already connected to red, which means they're going to be dropped off all over the place, and it's going to increase... Well, congestion's going to go pretty mental. Basically. Sorry about that. Anyway, you probably didn't even notice I went away. We'll keep going. Right, so as I was saying, red or green? Which wire do we cut? No. I'm thinking we could get rid of this triangle for red, because we already have one right here. But the problem with that is that we've got all these circles that they're going to be connected to. That's 4 circles in a row. Well, before that, pentagon even becomes an issue as well. And I believe there is only one... There's only one for red right now. So I'm thinking we go green. It's fairly easy to connect. It'll just go around like that. And I think that will work out. We'll see how it goes. We do have a locomotive. Oh, this is starting to build up fairly quickly right now. Now, we could fail. I'm not going to lie, okay? I'm not lie, apparently, is also a thing. You know, I'm not amazing at this. I've been basically been playing along with it. I've not really looked up hints or anything. I'm trying to figure this game out, okay? That's how this is working now. This isn't good. This is another circle right here. Whoa, what's going on there? That's unnecessary, but okay. Right, it's starting to get a little bit easier. Green's going to have to go up here, and I'm thinking green might need an extra locomotive because this is getting a little bit too much. We could give them a carriage. That's not a bad idea. 1,000 people, though. That's pretty fantastic. I'm not too sure what our max was last game, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't 1,000. Or maybe it was close enough. It was probably just close enough, but still. I completely forgot that purple actually had 2 locomotives. That's really good. Now, that must have been why they've been handling it so well. And yellow right now doesn't seem to be having too many problems with congestion down here. Blue right now is keeping up. Red is having a few issues. Yellow's going to have to extend a little bit. Locomotive. We're going to get an extra carriage. I don't think an extra bridge is necessary because we already have one. And if we ever will require an extra bridge, it will be because there's something spawning up here and I don't want purple to get it. And if that happens, we'll probably get rid of purple and make that a different line completely. So yeah. But right now, the problem is that we need red probably to extend its reaches a little bit. Maybe a little bit up here. I don't really see the problem with that. But it is dealing with all the congestion in the center here, and I don't want to give them too much pressure. So I think we do want to make a carriage for green, because they have to go through... It's a pretty far distance, I would say. I mean, the yellow is basically about the same length. Might be a little bit longer, but... If they get a carriage, I think green deserves one. And I think blue is starting... It's probably going to get... I think we give red an extra carriage. Locomotive, that is. Because I think they only have 1, so... Oh, no. Red has 3 now. Okay. Maybe we do want to extend its reaches a little bit now. That might be a bit too much. Orange doesn't seem... Ooh. Okay, here we go. This is when it starts to get a little bit too much for yellow. At least when it comes to this last... place. What we might want to do... Oh, no. We need an extra bridge. Thank God we do have an extra bridge, but I'm thinking, how is this going to work? I mean, the problem with this is that yellow is probably going to have to give up these 2 stations and go directly there. Or we're going to have green go around, and that's a bit too long of a line. We could have... No, orange needs to keep with these special blocks. Special stations. Purple's having a very big problem with all this congestion over here. They're dropping... At least they're dropping all of the eyes off here, though. I don't know what this shape is, I might add. It looks like maybe a lemon or something. Or a sphere. Something's going on there. I'm not too sure. I'm calling it an eye. Yeah, eye. This square here... Okay, let's think of the positives it is. A good thing it's a square, because we've got quite a lot of circles. I'm thinking right now that we should probably get rid of the mess that we have here with yellow on these 2 stations and just have them go directly up. But then we can't really... There's no point of having a carriage then, is there? No. And who's going to take care of these? Because I don't like the idea of green taking care of them, because that's 3 circles in a row right there. We really do need this extra station. We needed one more, I feel, to actually get this going properly. So let's just, this is fatal, I feel. Who do we not need so much? I mean, orange is not amazingly, there's not much going on there, I suppose. We could extend red a little bit more to these 2 corners, and then most of the traffic can go up into this square right here that goes into these 2 special blocks. We could have blue connect to this station down here, get rid of the congestion there for yellow. I think that might be better. I think if we get rid of like these 2 for yellow, or maybe just that one, and we connect that one with blue, give blue an extra locomotive, we get rid of this one, we put this to the square here, we give this to green, we put red up, probably up here and here, just to increase its influence a little bit more. Orange might want to increase a little bit. I'm not too sure. It might want to go down one more, perhaps, just because it's not really doing an amazing amount right now. But it is gathering a lot of the special blocks, like I keep saying. It's very important, okay? This is very important. We've got to think about this. I'm scared, okay? For the well-being of our country. Company, I mean, or country. Fine. I don't see the problem with that. What way is that going? So I kind of want the locomotive to go in the opposite direction. We're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, crap. No, that is not the opposite direction. That is, in fact, the opposite of my opposite direction. So there we go. Purple right now has to pick up a lot of this crap. And has to pass all of these guys. And oh, wow. At least it is dropping. At least they're dropping them all off there. And it looks like there's a plus down here. And I think that's a perfect place for it, really. Because if we had it like around here or something, we would be screwed. But, oh, and it looks like blue has to now deal with a few more triangles. It looks like there's a little bit more transporting going on right here. There's some drop-offs. There's another blue right here. Oh, no, blue has to deal with too much now. We need an extra locomotive for blue. I think that's essential. Or we can have an extra line. I think that's a much better idea, because we could have blue deal with this triangle. Maybe get rid of this entire zone. Connect it up to this square right here, just so blue doesn't have to deal with too much. That's probably a good idea. Locomotive. We can't have another line, unfortunately. So I'm thinking a tunnel's probably, like a bridge is probably a better idea, just to future-proof ourselves, because we don't have any right now. And if we start having problems up here, I mean, it might be game over. So I'm thinking let's future-proof ourselves. I can't say that very quickly for some reason. And we're going to have to... There's a star down here for yellow now. No, that's not good at all. We're going to have to attach yellow to this triangle. We could attach him to... No. Yellow's only got the carriage. That's the problem. And I feel like blue has to do too much. Especially with all these circles. We will have to give blue this locomotive. But I feel like this might be it. I'm not too sure. The bridge is something that we needed. Orange can grab that. We got some circles and some stars. That's what I was trying to say, being dropped off here. Lots of diamonds by the looks of it, which want to go over here, which yellow is going to have to pick up on its way back round. It's probably not going to take a little while before he can actually get around to doing that. We've got a few problems here. Oh, no! Purple's congested. That's too bad. That is unfortunate. 58 days... 1,512 passengers. Unfortunately, I don't really know how good that really is, because it just shows our top score on... It shows our top score, which I don't... There we go. So our top score, 1729, which I think... Yeah. And then total passengers delivered. I don't like how it... I wish it showed you the statistics for your last game and not just your total operations. Well, at least I wish there was a bit more detail here of what it actually did. What you've actually done in past games and how you can improve upon that. However, I think we did pretty well in that playthrough in New York. Mostly because we were very... We calculated and we tried to... What's the word I'm trying to look for a word, okay? But Merv is like nibbling my fingers. And you can probably hear him do it. And I can't think straight now because it's adorable. But still, we were calculative. Calculative. Sure, that's the word. Now the phone's going, which I think is pretty fantastic. Merv shit himself. Good. Good. Thank you very much for watching Mini Metro, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've been the Innkeeper today. Oh, wait, what? I am out of practice, apparently. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting a new game of Mini Metro. Well, we're not doing that right now. I gotta go to bed. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links in the description below. And I will see you guys next time for some more Mini Metro. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.